So we came out here, and I went to work on the novel, the Oblate's Confession. And once I finished that, I didn't really have anything to do, and it looked like it in those days. At that point, I thought, I sent it around everywhere, and I got a lot of really nice letters from agents and publishers saying it's a good book, but we don't think it'll make a lot of money. And so I had to find a job, and I'd been doing all this research at the library, and I'd already fallen in love with this local library. It's so good. So I let them know if they had an opening, I'd love to go to work there. And they had an opening as a shelver, which is low man on the totem pole. But a good way to start, because it gives you a feel for the library. Right away, you find out where everything is, and you also find yourself looking at all the books. That's one of the things that's so much fun about a library, especially in a small community like this. Everybody has to wear a lot of hats. So while my official title was communications manager, which meant I oversaw all publications, which meant basically if you found a misspelling someplace, it was my fault. Okay, but in addition to reviewing everything that went out in any form, brochure, flyer, what have you, I also edited the newsletter, prepared all the press releases, was communicating constantly with all the different people that were doing programming to make sure I had the information right and that they had the information right. But then on top of that, you get to work the circulation desk, which is where people check things in and out, and you get to work the reference desk, the information desk, where all sorts of astonishing things happen. I mean, a lot of times, pretty much daily, you're helping people find jobs on the public access computers, a lot of whom, nowadays, entry-level jobs in most places require an online application. And a lot of people, especially here in Talbot County, literally have never used a computer before, and many of them have never used a keyboard before. And so you're showing them how to do that, and they're finding work as a result. And then you have people come up to you and say, in sort of a lower tones, they lower their voice and they say, "My daughter has just been diagnosed with a terrible disease. I know nothing about it. Can you help me find out whatever we can?" So there are all sorts of really remarkable encounters that occur at the information desk.
I mean, everybody has this idea of what a library is.
And for me, it was books. I've always been a book fanatic, and so yes, and of course the word library itself comes from liber for book, but yes, libraries are so much more than that now. There's DVDs, there's music CDs, there are public access computers that are so important. We have all kinds of programming, everything from authors coming in to children's programs, to master gardeners programs. We have a free seed catalog, and then online there's all these offerings. People can take courses that will certify them for various jobs, responsibilities, and also in some cases even give college credits. They can learn a foreign language on our online stuff. They can read books. They can check out books. Everybody is always talking about, well, the idea of electronic versions of books, digital books, is going to do away with libraries. In reality, it's just done the exact opposite. People can now go to the library and check out digital books for free. And they don't have to go to the library. You can do it from the comfort of your home. I worked at the library for 13 years. Till the last day, I would go behind the circulation desk and something would come up and I had never experienced it before. And I would have to turn to someone else and say, "How do we do that?" I've had volunteers teach me things. It's just the amount of information and different functions that you have to be aware of when you're working behind the circulation desk and reference is extraordinary. I don't know.